It's library time with Mrs. Ogrens. Today I am reading Confessions from the Principal's Kid. This is written by Robin Mellum, and this is one of our books from the Young Hoosier Intermediate list. This book today I'm reading on my e-reader, it's my Kindle, and I borrowed this book from the library. I want you to know it's important to keep reading when you're at home. And if you don't have books that you can read at home, you can find lots of free resources online right now. The public library, if you have a library card, you can download free or borrow free ebooks. They have tons of choices. So check that out. If you don't have a library card, you can apply for one online. Maybe have mom or dad help you fill out the application, and you can sign up for a library card so you can borrow some books from our library. But today, I'm going to go ahead and get started with Confessions from the Principal's Kid. My cat Lily is here again. Every time I sit down to read, she comes by me. So just remember, I may make mistakes when I'm reading. I am not editing these videos. I just want to read as much as possible and get these videos to you guys. So if I make a mistake, I'm sorry. I am not perfect. I will do my best though. And my first chapter today is This Starts with a Spitball. I wish I could say it starts with a bouquet of daisies or a beautiful sunset or even a really nice letter. It doesn't. It starts with a Jupiter-sized spitball stuck to the cafeteria floor, the one that was flung at the back of Graham Parker's head. He never saw it coming, but I did. The school day is over. Almost all the students are gone, so it's the perfect time to hide the evidence. On my toes, I peek through the tall glass windows that line the cafeteria. All clear. I pull the lever on the Mastercraft 300 and it glides across the floor like an Olympic ice skater. It's got a 1.2 horsepower motor, Frances explains. She chews on sunflower seeds, carefully spitting the shells into a cup, and she leans against the stage. Custodian, janitor, whatever you want to call her, Frances is a floor buffing wizard, close to retirement and possibly my favorite human. She also has a deep fondness for sunflower seeds, which makes getting her a birthday gift each year pretty simple. And out of all of us kids who have to wait after school, I am the only one she lets behind the handlebars of the buffer. To be honest, there is only one reason why Frances gives me the honor of waxing the floor with this fine machine. My mother, the principal. I will not sugarcoat this. I will not pretend that it's fine, that never getting the chance to ride home on a bouncy school bus is fine, that staying after school until it gets dark is fine, that having virtually every kid at school scared of your mom is fine, because it isn't. It is the worst. Mom's fun side disappeared when she stopped teaching and was named principal. And now her serious side is her all-time side. But at least I get to use this floor buffer. It's good to have connections, sometimes. Cross back and forth horizontally like you're mowing a lawn, Frances calls out. I nod like I know what she means. I don't. Overlap your lines, she hollers, and hover over the tough spots. I overlap, I hover, I do whatever Frances asks me to do. Floor buffing day is my favorite. And now I have a purpose. This cafeteria floor will be spitball free, and it will no longer be a reminder to Graham and to everyone that he is a kid who doesn't belong. Except even with the spitballs, the mean words, the laughter, Graham never flinches. It's as if he's covered with invisible armor and nothing can penetrate. Confession. Even though he's the #1 nobody at school, Graham Parker is one fascinating boy. Here comes Graham. When Frances heads out to replenish her sunflower seeds, I run to my backpack and whip out a bookmark, A stiff bookmark is perfect for holding the spot in your book and scraping spitballs off the floor. Not many people know that. Back behind the floor buffer, I channel my inner Frances. I overlap, I hover, I pretend to mow the lawn. Take that, Joel Weber, I whisper. Joel Weber. He's the reason why I have to clean up this mess. What does he have against Graham anyway? That guy should be knocked down a few pegs. He is friendly with all the girls, has a high-five relationship with the guys, makes everybody laugh, and is a favorite of some of the teachers, but not all. Joel has a mean streak mixed with a nice streak. The second is aimed at whoever his favorite person happens to be that day. The first, well, isn't. Sound complicated? It is. I know this because 2 years ago, almost to the day, his nice streak was aimed directly at me. Or maybe it was his mean streak. It can be hard to tell them apart. A few of us were sitting on the grass next to the slide picking dandelions. Joel was plucking blades of grass and twisting them together into a loop like a ring. And then, before I knew what was happening, Joel was kneeling by me, showing off his bright, perfect teeth. Allie, you should marry me. Before I could answer, all the kids around us were pointing, giggling. My face turned hot. Joel Weber was making fun of me. I knew it. So I turned and ran away from him, and the laughter got even louder. Joel Weber's mean streak may have been aimed at me that day, but now that we're in 5th grade, it's usually aimed at Graham Parker. Time for this mean streak to end. As I turn the floor buffer around to make one final pass at the spitball, I glance out the cafeteria window. Oh no. Here comes Graham, sauntering down the hallway, headed toward the cafeteria, acting as if he doesn't have a care in the world, acting as if Joel Weber's spitball ambush of 3.5 hours ago never happened. He is not alone. At his side, reading from a list attached to her clipboard while waving her hands around is Alexa Cruz, 4th grader, daughter of the school counselor, extremely organized, super chatty. Lexa is known as the Cruz director. She actually gave herself that nickname since her last name is Cruz. And she's great at making lists and schedules and having fun, something she reminds us of on a daily basis. I let go of the lever and stop the machine. Don't let them see you, Allie. Thanks, Frances. Gotta run. Frances has come back with a fresh supply of sunflower seeds. She winks at me. No more help? She gently pokes me on the shoulder. You're getting pretty good at it, Allie kid. That's what she calls me, Allie kid. I love it. But here's a confession. I don't want Lexa and Graham to see me hanging out with Frances so much. True, they have to wait after school every day just like me. They have for years. But I'm the only one on a nickname basis with the janitor. And here's another confession. I'm also friends with the cafeteria manager and the librarian and all the teachers, minus the computer teacher who is ultra grumpy and constantly complains about wrist pain. And add all that up, and I'm sure it does not equal the coolest kid at school. I'd settle for a girl who is treated like everyone else because her mom is not the principal. That's too long of a title, I know. Maybe that's why becoming that normal kid feels so impossible.